So, one thing that I realized last week is that I want to share with you guys. All of our personnel is still working virtually from our homes. I'm in my living room right now. And that is why you don't see our masks on, because we're at our homes. So we don't want you thinking that we're not following the requirements. It's that we're not in the office. And until we're out of the danger in 53215 and 53204, we're going to be working virtually. I don't see anybody saying hi yet. Oh, there's Diana. Hi, Diana. Let me see. Diana is saying that she's sharing this with the Alice, the families from the school Alice. We decided just in the morning to do it in Spanish. And I'm sorry, we didn't have information or time to let all the families know. I put it on my personal page, and Marisol, our communications manager, she tagged you guys, but I think Andrea or Marisol did it. So I'm sorry that we didn't do it earlier in the day. Hello, Marianne. It's so good to see you. All right. I want to let you know something before we start the program. The points of view and the opinions shared today are not necessarily those of SOC. Said it a lot of times. We're a type of organization, and there's certain things we can talk about and certain things we can't. But there's always a space where the community can talk about whatever they need to talk about. That's one of our goals. So, like I said, the theme this week is the police reform, including defunding the police. That's an area that some people in the community are trying to do. Yesterday, I did the presentation about the report of the CCC, the Collaborative the Community Commission. So it had been a while, maybe 2 months, that I said I was going to share it with you guys, and I hadn't had the opportunity. But today, since we're focusing on that, or yesterday, I explained the report. Hello, Trine. So we're going to change the program. Spanish is going to be Tuesdays and Wednesdays, this week and next week, because the people that were on our schedule didn't speak Spanish. So we had to make some little changes. So this week and next week, Wednesday, we're going to have Senator Baldwin. She doesn't speak Spanish, so we had to change it up to Spanish today and next week. And then, God willing, we'll go back to Wednesdays. So I shared the report, and I want to ask my personnel. We have the presentation in Spanish too. So we're going to share that on our Facebook page so that you guys can at least see the report. And like I said, you can look for yesterday's forum, and then you can hear it that way. Let's talk about what we're going to do with the rest of the week. Today, I'm going to do a little orientation about all of the things that are happening with police reform. I want you guys to see all of the efforts that are happening nationally, locally, all the organizations. I might forget one or two, but the majority, I'll share what I know with you guys. So that's what I'm going to do so that you guys understand a little more about what's happening. Tomorrow, Molly Collins, the Associate Director of Wisconsin ACLU, she will be with us tomorrow. She'll be with us again I'm sorry, Deanna. I'm sorry that I didn't let you know in time. But next week, Tuesday will be in Spanish, not Wednesday. So that's Wednesday. Thursday, Jamal Smith. He's the manager of violence prevention, the Office of Violence Prevention. He'll be with us talking about the strategies that they have for public security and the police reform. They'll explain their part. And then Friday, Fred Royal, NAACP president. It's the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. He'll be with us talking about the report and the plan that was developed by President Obama when he was in office about the police. And there is another report that has recommendations. It's called the New Era of Police or Public Security. And then he's going to orientate us about those. And like I said, don't miss Wednesday because we're going to have Senator Tammy Baldwin with us. She's going to talk to us about what's happening at a federal level with coronavirus. If you guys remember, I'm sorry, the audio cut out just a second. They're going to talk about the efforts that they're making. And she's also going to talk about the recent announcement about the census, that it's going to finish a little earlier. So there is a fight. We're still battling, and we know that lots of people are going to be left out of the process. They're not going to get counted. So she's going to talk to us about that. So don't miss it. That's on Wednesday. So we're going to start about today. How many of you guys are involved in efforts or in a group that has to do with police reform? Some of you guys are if you're here, tell me, and we can add what you guys are doing in your group. So let me try to explain all the different efforts that are happening. First, at a federal level, one of the things that happened when President Trump took his place is that the Department of Justice, DOJ, who does reviews of the police departments and the Fire and Police Commission, they do reviews. One of the steps that he took was he stopped all of the investigations. So that energy, that function has stopped for the moment. So now, today in Milwaukee, the police has started the reform and the Fire and Police Commission is involved. So the report, like I explained yesterday, we finished. At a federal level, they stopped. But I'm sorry, it's cutting out. Now, together with the Fire and Police Commission, we're moving forward. So at a federal level, that's the group or the department is the one that's doing the reform. So we have Senator Baldwin and Congresswoman Moore. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting her name. They've talked about all of the needs, about all the reform, but what's happening at a state level? Governor Evers informed us about his plans to try and reform the police at his level. Well, what happened? You guys know, I think, that the other group, the House, well, let's see what happens with that fight because it's very political and it's going to make an impact. He tried to make an informed report, the use of force, people that guns and how they have to report, consequences when the police violate people's rights, and etc. So the governor made his report, and that's what we're going to see at the state level. So something that did happen at a state level was with the ACLU. They litigated about some abuse that happened between the police stopping people. Well, it wasn't like they won because they didn't go to court, but they came to an agreement. So at least there's an agreement that the police has to cooperate with different lawsuits and agree. So ACLU, because of their lawsuit, identified the CCC as the group that they want to watch over the agreement to make sure that the community has an opportunity to be involved in the decisions. So that's at a state level. The first victory was that agreement. Instead of having to go to the court and asking a judge or waiting for a group to decide, they were able to agree about changes. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. County level, the county around 2006, 2007, they established a group called the Community Justice Council. And that group has judges, elected officials, administrators, and they're trying to make sure that we have a community where we can feel safe, where we can be safe, and then make sure all of the groups and all of the laws and the practices that all of the residents are treated well and following the law decently, especially with security and obviously the police reform. So at a city level, so the Common Council created the CCC, the Collaborative Community Commission. That's the group that I was talking about all these months. I am part of it, the treasurer. Now we have a new group, but the CCC, they've had several reports, several requests to the Fire and Police Commission. So now the aldermen did make a new a change that's going to talk about police reform. So the group that is going to have more of an impact at this point to reform the police is the commission, the Fire and Police Commission. Why? Because they're the supervisors, especially of the chief of police. They are also the ones that form all of the policies that the police has to follow. So they're also taking all of their power in their position to reform the police. So the police department are also doing some efforts. The Office of Violence Prevention, they're going to be here with us, and they can talk more about what they're doing and about their plan. It's called a Blueprint for Peace. And if you haven't heard, public schools have retired all the money that they were going to use for police to different programs and music programs and things that the kids need. So, formally, at a city level, those are the organizations or departments. Everybody has a little piece in the reform. So now, the last area, the community group. The NAACP, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, they have their efforts. Fred, who's the president, will be with us on Friday. Voces de la Frontera is also doing their efforts in the same area. And there's many groups. Like I said, the new generation of organizers. So there's also the African American Roundtable. The director of that group was the president of CCC last year. Well, the first version that we had of that group. We're now at a new group. So Black leaders organizing for the community, also called Black leaders that light the transformation. Lit is another group. Young people fighting for the cause. That's another group. So there are lots of different ways that you can bring attention to this point. What I want to leave with you guys is that there's a lot of groups. There's various opinions. And a lot of us are still on the line. We can't accept the abuse of the power from the police or for their administration. You need to be transparent with what's happening. You can't hide what you've hidden in the past. And to be able to confront your problems, well, we got to talk about it. So, on that effort, there's also a variety of the extremes about how much needs to be reformed. One side, there's the effort of saying the function of the police is not working today. It's more abuser than helper. And we need to replace that with different groups or other efforts. Majority of that is taking all the money that is dedicated to the police for their services, economic things, counseling, health, prevention. So there's that entire group that needs to insist that the policies take care of their mental health and that they have to go to see a counselor at least one time a year. They can't abuse certain types of equipment. They can't be part of certain problems in the community. And then there are groups like the Fire and Police Commission that don't want change, that are saying that the information is not correct, that what we're receiving in the news is not correct. And the problem is isolated with just a few police. So all of that is happening. I think it's important for you guys to know so you can keep being informed and educated about what's happening. Because one way or another, you're going to have to decide where you fall. You guys, individually, where do you fall in all of this? If you can put the police aside, okay, they can't be reformed. They've always been racist. Or no, I'm okay with everything how it is. And then everything in the middle. So we are for the reform of the police. Why? Because you guys have told us in total where you guys fall. Some are pro-police, some are anti-police, and then, of course, everybody in the middle. But it's obvious for us with everything that you guys have participated in the forums, in the questionnaires, all of that before the pandemic, there is abuse, and we need some reform. So we're going to keep moving on with the opinion of the folks, just like we always do. So, you guys have any questions? Any questions that you have about an organization or any opinion of the reform? Well, I think this week we're going to have at least one of those groups here. And the week after, God willing, we're going to have what I'm calling the new era of organizers. Because they came after me. I'm here with like the older, not delegates. We have a group of delegates too. So 2, maybe 3 generations down now. So if you guys don't have any questions, we're gonna keep on with the forum. We're here for you guys. Anytime throughout the forum, you can put in your question. So now I'm gonna share. Voy a share some information about coronavirus so that you guys have the most recent, the most updated coronavirus updates. So Marisol, share the flyer. Marlene is super intelligent, but she only knows a little bit of Spanish, so I'm going to share for her. But I can't see that because my eyes don't let me. They don't let me read the little print that the information's in. Let's see if Marisol can read it in Spanish. You can share with the group where you can go to be able to do the coronavirus test. Let's see if your eyes work because mine don't. I can kind of see. But we did put a post on Facebook where you can see everything better. One of the more popular in this area is obviously Humos. They're still free there. Aurora Health, West Dallas Hospital. Sorry, I can't see. Maybe one of her eyes and one of my eyes will be okay. They are really little, the letters. Well, we'll put the list on Facebook also so you guys can see them. And Centro de Salud en La Nueve y La Mitchell. How many of you are at that age already where you need your glasses to be able to read? And even with that, you can't. So we're talking about the Blue Zone Health Center on the 20th Street. Marisol. Oh, we also still have Walgreens doing tests. Yeah. She says she can't see anything. Let's see here. All right, let's see if we can share in our comments the link, and that way maybe you guys can download it. I think Marlene said that she put it on Facebook too. So another question, you can do the test more than once. That was a question, and yes, you can. It depends on where you go. You get your results in 1, 2, 3 days or 1 to 2 weeks. The director of the health commission had said the places in the northern part of the north have less of a line than the south side. That's obviously because we're taking a bigger risk and more people are having to get tested. So thank you, Marisol. All right, so now we're going to invite Gabby so that she can give us an update about what's happening with elections and the census. Good afternoon, folks. Today, I want to talk to you about something that's happening with the census. There's an attack against the census, which means there's an attack against the community. The Office of the Census announced that they're cutting an entire month off of the time that the employees have to change the date that they want to end the open window of their census. So they want to change the date that people will be able to go out knocking door to door. They're worried because they know that we're going to miss a lot of people we lost in a month. So what does that mean for you guys? It means you need to finish the survey, the census. You've heard it here how all of the effects of the census affect us. Our community will decide the funds and the representation that we need. Simply, we can't let the government, today's government, affects us for 10 more years. And I'm begging you, complete the census today. We, as a town, are going to be bothering you guys more than ever. Every time we talk, whether it's Facebook, email, regular mail, caravan, whenever we can. So please just talk to us when you finish out the census. We also have letters for the census in Spanish and in English. I'm going to put them on the sign right now. Here's one in English and one in Spanish for the front yard of your house. We can distribute them to anybody. So put a comment if you'd like one for your home or the home of a friend or a family member. Do it again in English. And then you'll see where you can go, where you can fill out the census. If you can do it on the phone, if you can do it in person. So please leave a comment if you want one, or the name of somebody else if they want one, because we have more than over 100 for the community. We want everybody to see these signs. Other than that, I want to remind you that the early voting started. So you can see the sites right on the table where you can go in. You can also do your early vote there as well. So we're talking about Zubler, and there was another one, but 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So that's 9 in the morning. I'm sorry. Yes, 9 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon, menos domingos. So the next one. So here we're talking about now until the 9th of August, 9 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon. Sunday, even Monday, 10 to 3. I'm sorry, the audio cut out for just a second. There's also some help available if you need it to help you vote. So now we're looking at the website myvote.wi.gov. So now you can now order if you're sure. We've had problems with the mail. We've had problems with friends. So the more you can be involved and turn it out, the mejor, the better it is. Well, if you're okay with it, I'm going to leave you with a video for the census, and I'll talk to you guys soon. This is Leo. Leo and his family have lived in the same community most of their lives, but lately we've noticed some change. The schools are fuller, driving takes more time, yeah, there's less daycares or playgrounds available. So then we have financial support, smoking, and that is why he has decided to participate in the 2020 census. Participate in the census helps to guarantee that your community receives the information that it needs. And it's also what decides our public representation. Like Leo, you can also make a change. Keep us informed. 2020 census. Count yourself. Send a text to censo 97779. Thank you, Gabby. Gabby. Mm. So we had to give her a big, huge thank you. Gracias. So let me see. Gabby. So, can I ask you guys to send me an email? SOC at SOC to be able to share your information. So the person that coordinates their area, and they're going to take, I should do that Wednesday night. You can just put on your name. And if you won, I remember a lot of people who won, then you have to get your gift card for filling out the survey. Let me put Eloina's name. She wants one, Eloina Zarate Rivera. Ahora, de nuevo, now send me an email at soc@milwaukee.org. Or you can call the number directly to 672-8090. So, question. Can I have an organizer take one to somebody? So, Marisol de nuevo reporte. Has this forum been helpful for you? What part of the forum can be better or can be improved? Let us know by answering our questionnaire in the comment section. Thank you for keeping us informed. Oh, Deanna, yes. Deanna was asking if she could make a list of her family. That way they can put in all their signs. Yep. The only thing that we need yet is name of the adult. Their code, their email address, and their cell. Because we have to be able to show that we're serving the community. So what do we do with that information? We put it in a report. So if there's something urgent, so Deanna, send us an email with everything that you want, and we'll make sure that you get it. So we're coming up at the end of the forum today. Hopefully, even though has not been the most romantic, all that are being involved in the police reform, at least you guys know a little bit more, hopefully. So, just a reminder, tomorrow we have with us Marie Collins. Remember, I made an agreement with the city? Okay. So, instead of fighting it, they have an opinion. So then, Thursday, Jamal So that is all related with reform. CP will be with us on Friday, and they're going to be sharing the plan that they did, all about the plant for Dr. Obama. And then they're going to talk about the other reports and situations next week. We're going to have the program in Spanish on Tuesday, not Wednesday, because Wednesday we're going to have Senator Baldwin with us. Take care, folks. We will see y'all tomorrow, God willing, at 3 o'clock with SOC. So here goes the thank you to all of our financial partners. Hello, SOC viewers. How are you? I'm Gabby, Communications and Civic Manager, and I'm here to thank all of you for being with us in another community forum. Thanks for completing our questionnaire. It's always in the comments. Also, we want to thank all of our sponsors. They're Wisconsin Voices, Community Development Block Grants, Neo Philanthropy State Infrastructure Fund, Movement Voter Project, Catholic Campaign for Human Development, Zilber Foundation, City of Milwaukee Office of Violence Prevention, Tides Foundation, Employee Milwaukee, and all of the faithful individuals that have given us personal donations. Thank you so much, and see each other at the next forum.